Welcome to episode 2 of Writing a Screenplay. This is the episode where we're going to pick a story idea and run with it for the next 2 to 4 months. So, this is a huge episode in this little series here. I'm very excited. What we're going to look at are a bunch of ideas that I've had over the last year or so. I've always had a document on my computer called Screenplay Ideas. Um, I've whittled it down to some of the better ones, I guess, over the last year or so. Because if we went through every idea in my Screenplay Ideas document, we'd be here for a while. And a lot of them aren't good. The ones we're going to look at now, a lot of them arguably aren't good. But we're going to look at them because I find them interesting. So at the end of this, I'm going to pick one. I might throw it to you guys, see which one you think I should go with. Maybe give it a week or so to see what the feedback is. But let's look at these ideas here and see what we're working with. The first one here is called Our Human. Four rats rescue their human when he is kidnapped. Now, I have pet rats. They're adorable. Don't be one of those people that say they're gross. They're not gross. They're so damn cute. Um, this would be an animated family feature. And that's something I've never done. It would be nice to have that in my back pocket because I have a lot of thrillers and comedies, things like that. But I don't have an animated script. I certainly don't have a family-friendly script. This would definitely be a fun one to do, and that's why I have it here on this list because it's in the lead, and not just because it's the first one I'm looking at, but because I haven't done that yet. And I love writing a script where it's a genre that I haven't taken a crack at yet. So this would be fun. Definitely animated. It would be hard to do 100 pages of family comedy and writing. It would be so hard to not sneak some of those things. It would definitely be like Shrek, where Shrek has some of those moments where it's for the adults, this. So that's Our Human, which is a terrible title. A lot of these titles are just placeholders. They don't mean anything. I just have to write something down when you have that idea. You should give it a little title so you know what it is when you come back to it in situations just like this. So I think this might be the winner, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. I have an idea here called Ninja Cop, where my only note is Ninja Cop. That's that. I mean, that sounds fun. Does that exist? I feel like that exists. Um, let's see if that exists. Ninja Cop movie. Oh, somebody. Yeah, see, it was already right there. Samurai Cop. Yeah, everyone remembers Samurai Cop. Ninja Cop was a television show. It's still on. Kung Fury. What is a Ninja Cop? One episode. So maybe this was a pilot from 2011. It's a short. Okay, it's a short action comedy. This is probably a web series. Um, so it looks like Ninja Cop might still be on the menu if I wanted to get fun. I haven't written action comedy schlock like that. Horror schlock, sure, but not action. Just silliness, just violence and outrageous storylines and with the sex scenes and the love story. And he's banging all the ladies and he's cutting off all the heads. Ninja Cop. He's a cop and he's a ninja. I think that could be a potential story. So all right, Ninja Cop. Let me know what you think of Ninja Cop, or especially if it's already out there and exists. I should know that before I begin. Next story here. It's called Creative. It follows the life of a pro wrestling writer. Go figure. Writers love writing about writers. Ask Stephen King. He deals with the crazy owner and his family, the politics, the insane workers, the hot broads who will do anything to get in his good graces. So, yeah, I'm very interested in the creative process of the WWE and professional wrestling in general. I'm always just like, what's that like? It never sounds fun. The writers always get treated like shit, just in general, but especially there, it sounds like they just get ignored, and two people make all the decisions anyway. So I'm always just like, what's that like? And I fantasize about it quite often, to be honest with you. So it would definitely be easy to write 120 pages of some kid who gets this gig, but he's probably a soap opera writer because they love soap opera writers, and suddenly he's thrust into the insane world of professional wrestling. These beautiful women, beautiful men, and just all these gods and goddesses, and these insane ownership, and these producers and other writers who are past their prime, and it's a circus. It's a circus back there. So I think creative would be a fun way to take a look at all of that stuff behind the curtain. And you tell a nice little story. I don't know what it would be. We're just picking an idea now, but I mean, what would that idea even be? Like a rags to riches, trying to figure out the political landscape. Maybe he gets a couple feuds and angles going, and maybe they give him a TV role. It's like you'll be a manager. Maybe he starts producing a little bit backstage. Definitely gonna hook up with with some of these ladies. Maybe some of the ladies use him. They like us like getting his good graces. Maybe he has those moments where it gets to his head. He starts using his powers for evil, manipulating people. Hey, I'm the right. You want that feud? You better be cool to me. A lot of options there with creative. I honestly see this more as a television show. I would love for this to be a TV show. Do I write a pilot? Is that what this series is going to be now? Do I write a pilot instead? I don't know. I don't think so. I have a feeling I'm going to keep creative on the back burner. I know there are a couple of wrestling shows and movies in development now, which is fine. I think you can definitely have more than one. Um, so that's creative. Let me know what you think about that one. Um, this one doesn't even have a title. This next one, the president of a cancer awareness group, Susan G. Komen. Man, we're just right on wrestling, huh? Meets with a friendly scientist who found the cure to cancer. The brilliant but naive scientist is a big fan of the president's work and wants to break the news with him. The president schedules it for next week, but does he want there to be a cure? Thank You for Smoking meets Bernie. Yeah, this this also sort of seems like something that exists. This has to exist. This is such a decent idea, and I know conspiracy theorists are always going on about it. It's like they have the cure for cancer. They don't want it out. They're not going to let it out. It's not where the money is. And I'm not saying that's true, but it definitely makes a little sense that they would want to suppress that. If you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm really not. But for a feature film, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Now this is more of a dramedy, um, a comedy with dramatic elements there. Both of these movies are good, by the way. Thank You for Smoking and Bernie. Good movies. I don't know if I'm going to go with this one. I think the idea is solid, but like I said, I think this already has to exist. I'd be so surprised if this didn't exist. But let me know what you think about this one. If that movie does exist, let me know the title of it so I can watch it. I'd love to watch it. Olympic Village, a comedy about the debauchery that goes on by Olympians. I love the concept of Olympic Village where they put all these fucking, once again, gods and goddesses, these top tier athletes, put them in, put them in a little village, and like the sex is just outrageous. That's what you hear. Like the things that they do, because now they can finally let loose. They're out of training. They're in the Olympic Village with other people who are in similar situations, and they're all attractive and just shredded. So apparently they just bang like crazy, and it would be about more than just that. It would be about more than just that. But I love the idea, and this would definitely be a goofball comedy. I wouldn't play it too straight at all. Um, Partying, sex, drugs, drinking. you can have fun with the coaches who are trying to keep them in line, and there's like it's like spring break for them. I think that's essentially what it would be. It would be an Olympic spring break sex comedy. Hmm. I think there's a place in the world for this type of movie. I definitely think that. But I don't know if I'll go with that one. I don't know if I'll go with that one. Let me know what you think about Olympic Village. Scrolling here. Alimony. A recently divorced man can't afford the alimony payments. Payments which stop when she gets remarried. He tries hooking her up so he can stop paying alimony. Now, I think I wrote this down a long time ago because um, I learned that that's how alimony works. Like if the woman gets remarried or the guy, whatever. Hey, 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 both ways. Um, but if the other party gets remarried, the alimony payments stop. And I thought, well, I would just hope and pray that they got remarried, maybe even force the issue a bit. Just here, look at this, fall in love. Please fall in love and get remarried so I can. I think that could be a fun concept. Um, Definitely a comedy with some dramatic elements, but mostly a comedy. Um, it's just an interesting little concept that the payments stop when the other party gets remarried. Let me know what you think about alimony here. Definitely a fun little one. This one's open gym because I play open gym basketball all the time, and I did a spring basketball league this past year, so I had gyms on my mind. A mockumentary about open gym basketball and one of the teams in a league. The movie plays it straight the entire time. We meet characters such as the loudmouth, the veteran, the white guy, the prospect, the old timer, the fat guy, the rec center manager and employees, the cop, the teenagers, the girl. Man, you could see I was just going. I was just going. But all these people do exist at open gyms and in basketball leagues at rec centers. The annoying teenagers, the loud, like all of these exist, and um, this would be so easy to do, so easy to do. Um, there are a couple mockumentaries like this. There's one. It's about paintball. I forgot what it's called, but it's about paintball, and there's controversy about somebody wiping something Dukes paintball, the blah 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 Duke story or something. I don't know. But this that movie was definitely on my mind where I was like, you can certainly do a mockumentary about something as silly as open gym basketball. If you can do a paintball mockumentary, you can do this open gym one as well. And probably relatively cheap to produce. So maybe easy to sell. Maybe easy to sell. Something to always keep in the back of your head when you're trying to pick a story idea. But you would have a knee injury subplot, a shoe obsession subplot, subtle racism, um, which did exist um, when I was at these open gyms. It was interesting. So that's open gym. Let me know what you think about that one. Let's move on to Lift for Jesus, based on the Christian Bro character I do at Frisbee Golf. Lift for the Lord, cardio for Christ, the Holy Trinity, legs, arms, chest. Yeah, when we would play frisbee golf, I would kind of do this Christian Bro character because I had 2 beers in me, so I was like, we're having fun. It's it was interesting. It was fun to do, and it just made me think, could this carry a 90-minute movie? Probably not. Probably not. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves here. So let's move on. 50-50. Humanity must reach a certain spot on the map, on the globe. The last third who don't make it, they die. Race for your life. Run for your life. And I don't know why it's 50-50 and it's the last third. That math just doesn't add up. So, I mean, sometimes it's like 4 in the morning and you're like, if they all had to get to a certain spot, and if a certain percentage don't make it, they're dead. pretty, you know. So it's sort of like Rat Race, but more purgy, you know. Some maybe it's some island or something, or it's just like a random thing, or it's like bink, and it's like, all right, we've got to go to Melbourne, Australia. I mean, they'd probably be pretty psyched about it. They're like, hey, we did it. But for everyone else, it's like, well, shit. That what would the airports be like? I think this would just be pandemonium. I think this might do more harm than good, especially if we paint this as a, like a cleansing, like we need to cull these numbers a bit with these too overpopulation and stuff like that. But man, there would be a lot of collateral damage along the way. People hide, yeah. So this one definitely has some issues that would have to be tweaked if I went with this film. But I love the concept of it. I love the concept. How exciting would that be? How exciting would that be if it's like today's the day and it's televised and beep, we've got to go to this spot on the globe. Good luck. Got to go to Guam. Could be fun. So let me know what you think of this one, and we're gonna move on to Water. This one's just called Water. A young man goes to his bathroom and sees pee everywhere, but he lives alone. He searches the apartment. Like I said, some of these ideas, it's 5 in the morning. It's you should have been in bed a couple hours ago, but you're still up doing stuff. That would be pretty spooky. This might be more of a scene, or like it says, their short story where, what if you went to the bathroom and there's evidence that somebody else was in here. Just finding evidence in your house or apartment that says somebody else is here or has been here. It's very scary. It's very scary. What do you do? Do you leave? You call the cops? Do you search for them yourself? All that kind of stuff. Definitely interesting, but I think like the bathroom, it's very intimate. It's very like I gotta go take a leak. I'm in your house, but I gotta take a leak. Is it a ghost? Is it a killer? I don't know. Past Dale didn't know. That's for damn sure. So let me know what you think of that one. Bloop, a sci-fi adventure film about the bloop phenomenon, um, which is it's like the underwater radar sonar. I don't know, but they'll hear this. They'll get this feedback from deep down below. A bloop, and they're like, "What is it? What is this? What is it making this noise down there?" And it's a tiny bloop, but for it to make it all the way up there and for it to be picked up on this technology, it's more than just a bloop. It's quite the bloop for it to even be picked up. So while it comes off as a little bloop, it's something bigger, and that's fucking interesting. That's so interesting. So this would be about a group of scientists slash adventurers who travel deep into the ocean to find the source of the bloop. What they find will change everything. You could tell I didn't know what it was going to be, but I tried to sell it. Pastdale tried to sell the hell out of that one. Good job, Pastdale. I don't think there's a movie like this. I know they've come out with a couple Godzilla movies over the past few years here. I wonder if they incorporated the bloop. Like, might as well. You might as well. It's right there for the taking. Just do it. Just sprinkle a little bloop on top of your bad Godzilla movie and just add a little science to it. So let me know what you think of bloop. That could be fun. We'd obviously have to figure out what the hell is down there and how it changes everything. But I have some ideas, but I'm not gonna go into it. Nightmare Fuel, a series of horror stories. Could also be the book title. Good old Pastel, always thinking outside the box. How can we make more money? We get the name out there. I could do the screenplays. I can write a couple books, board games. That's Pastel's always working, always hustling. Love that guy. Nightmare Fuel, decent name, decent name. A series of horror stories. I've always wanted to write a horror anthology script. It just seems fun and somewhat easy because it's 4 to 6 stories. Um, I could use this one. I could use water. Um, so that's something I might do. Let me know what you think of writing a horror anthology. Because once again, I've never done that, and if I've never done that, that really interests me. Just like the animated family script. If I haven't done it, it gets my attention. So, and right now it's right there, September 27th. So it's we're getting Halloween time, and I love writing scary stuff around this time. It's hard to write horror in the summer. It's just hard. At least it is for me. It's just can't do it. But right now, I'm dying. I'm dying to write some scary stuff. So maybe horror anthology. Let's keep looking. Let me know what you think. Doggy bucket list. A young man finds out his dog is going to die. So he spoils him rotten, taking him on trips. A story about life, death, moving on. This is obviously a drama. This is obviously a tearjerker. Doggy bucket list. Dog's got, the cancer. Dog's got the cancer. Can't do anything about it. He's got 4 months. He's probably got about 4 months. Well, I'm going to treat him to the best 4 months that he's ever had. He's getting him doggy laid. See, I can't help but go. I can't help but go the comedy route. But yeah, let the dog, traveling a bit. That's fun. So many different types of bones. All these things. Letting them drink out of the toilet. Like, no, you drink out of that toilet. Normally, I'd be very upset, but you got kids. I think that could be fun. I think this could be a fun movie about dealing with death and the loss of a friend and whew, yeah, I think that's good. I don't think this exists out there in the world as far as feature film goes. Let me know because I will watch that shit tonight. I will watch that movie tonight. So that's Doggy Bucket List. It's the only tearjerker drama that I think I have on my list here. Poor buddy. Let's keep going. Supernatural detective story. A woman is killed and displayed publicly. The detective on the case must hunt down this killer, but uncover supernatural conspiracies that threaten not just his life, but the world. Once again, Pastel doesn't know the details, but he knows how to sell it a little bit. Um, this is an idea I've had not too long ago. This is a more recent development. Because we've been playing Monster of the Week, which is a tabletop RPG, and so you're coming up with these ideas for the monster hunters to find. They need monsters to hunt, and I thought, well, this could be good, a good old fashioned kind of serial killer. But that's very human, and while that works well in the game every now and then, maybe it should have some sort of supernatural element, true monstrous form involved, a conspiracy or something. So I'm coming up with that idea for the game, and I'm thinking, you know, this is pretty good as potential movie. And it would start very procedural. It's just somebody's been killed. We have to investigate, and family members, an ex-boyfriend, and just it's like Chinatown meets from dusk till dawn, where it kind of changes halfway through to like shit just got crazy here. To other supernatural stories, I think Angel Heart is sort of like this in a way, where he's investigating something, but he's working with someone who's not quite human. Let me know what you think about this supernatural detective story. That's right, this is a detective story. Boy, just love a good detective story. And what do we got? The Mailman, a holiday slasher about a mailman. I love occupational gimmicks. The Dentist. Remember that horror movie, The Dentist, with Corbin Burnson? Love that. Love that stuff. Love holiday, slasher movies. I love occupational ones. The Mailman. Obviously, horror schlock to the highest degree, but that could be a lot of fun. That could be a lot of fun. Let me know what you think about the mailman. I think that's it. I think that's it. That is here. I do have a separate document that's about 20 times as long as this, um, but I picked out some of the less ridiculous ones. Believe it or not, these were the good ones. So let me know what you think I should go with. I'm gonna give this a week, and I'm gonna ruminate, and I'm gonna decide, and I'm definitely gonna take feedback consideration. So please leave comments and what you think I should probably roll with here. Got family animation, Ninja Cop, creative, the Cancer Conspiracy, Olympic Village, Alimony, Open Gym, Live for Jesus. I'm not gonna do this one. There's just nothing. Maybe that this is like a character. This is a character. This isn't even a short. So Live for Jesus is out. Um, 50-50, the math thing that doesn't make sense. That's that has potential. This is also just a scene where there's evidence that somebody's been here. That's a scene or a short that might work well in the horror anthology if that's where I go, which I'm kind of leaning that way. Bloop could be fun. Nightmare Fuel, which is the horror anthology. Doggy Bucket List. And the supernatural detective story. Could that be part of the horror anthology? Hmm. I'm very interested in this. I haven't written a detective procedural since I think my first screenplay was an attempt at that, and it wasn't bad, but a lot has changed since then. It was over 10 years ago, so I think I could probably take a pretty good swing at a nice investigative detective procedural with supernatural elements. It could be so much fun, and he unravels the truth of the community. Could be a lot of fun. Once again, the mailman. I don't know about the mailman. That's one that could be a segment in the horror anthology. So there they are. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna give it 7 days. 7 days, and I'm gonna pick one. And the next episode will probably be yeah, notes or possibly research. Um, there's going to be a handful of episodes that's going to involve notes and outlining, pre-writing in general. Everything that happens before fade in, I call pre-writing. I'm sure a lot of people call it pre-writing. It's the most important aspect. That is going to be many of the upcoming videos, notes, outlines, character bios, all the research and stuff like that. That's going to be coming after I pick a story idea. So I think the next video is going to be something like that. Maybe we pick an idea and we start to develop it a bit. Then maybe probably some research, and then more notes outlining, and off to the races. So 7 days from now, what is it? Where are we at here? Thursday, October 4th. I'm going to come back. We're gonna pick one, and we're gonna write a screenplay, and that's gonna do it here for episode 2, Story Ideas. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in a week.